Olight summer sale. It's a big deal. It's up to 50% off. They sent me a bunch of stuff like they always do. We're going to talk about this stuff they sent me, but I'm annoyed because there's some things that they didn't send me that I really want. They got limited editions of the Warrior Mini 2, which is kind of one of the most complete everyday carry self-defense capable flashlights, some new weapon lights with frickin' lasers, some pens that also have lasers in them, and then this weird looking guy here. This guy looks like some kind of, I don't know. These Warrior Mini 2s are in titanium and they've got like a 4 elements thing going on. They have water, air, fire, and earth, and these are the water and air versions, and they're engraved. Look at these. The fire one is kind of crazy. I'll put a link down below if you want to go check out everything that's here, as well as like the actual bundles, because they do a lot of stuff where if you buy X number of things, then you get a free gift. They're giving everyone this X9R Marauder keychain. Their keychain lights are always cool. I didn't get one of those I'm mad about, but that's not even the coolest thing that I didn't get. I'll get to that in a second. This guy is beautiful. It's engraved on the body. It says air, and it's got little swirly doohickeys to indicate air. That's a keyring attachment point. I don't use that. When I say that this is the most complete everyday carry light, it's because it's the most user customizable. Like, you can set this up exactly how you want it. So I can have this button set on low, which is kind of what I like to do. If you push this, you get that high mode, and if you hard push, you get turbo every time, and that turbo is 1,750 lumens, which is a lot. You can put this here so you can carry it bezel down or bezel up, whichever you prefer. I like bezel down, and the bezel down on this one gets it flat, like real flat. I like bezel down. That's the way I carry my flashlight. This one here, oh, this one matches my pants. This one puts it, like, that's pretty innocuous. Like, people can see there's a little clip there. They probably figure it's a pocket knife, but that gets you that right there, and you can pow. That's it in blue. I don't have a lot of blue stuff, but that is a beautiful piece of hardware, and the etching in it gives it, it's not just aesthetic, it's pretty, but it also gives it a good grip. These are like 30% off right now with the sale, or 35% off if you get the bundle. There's a bundle with all 4 elements. You should go check out the fire one. It looks crazy. I'm a little mad they didn't send me that one. But the thing I'm really mad they didn't send me is this thing right here. The Omino is a like charging base for like, you could put 4 Olights on there. Like if you have a bunch of Olights, which clearly I do. But I'm mad. I wanted that Olight. Send me that. They always want to only send me like the coolest stuff, like, you know, weapon lights and laser pens and whatever that is. But I like the little things too. But these weapon lights, speaking of like badass cool stuff, these weapon lights got freaking lasers in them. Their gray color is my favorite of their colors. That gunmetal or subdued gray right there. The Baldr S has a light and a laser. So you got an 800 lumen weapon light if you want it. But we also have a green laser, or if you're into that sort of thing, both the light and the laser. I don't know if you can. It has a little lockdown. You can set this on your rail and then position the light how you want it so that your thumb or your finger or however you actuate the light is, and then you lock that guy down right there and it doesn't move. So this is this Baldr S between a PL Mini and a Baldr Pro to give you kind of an idea of the size comparison. It's a little more like this guy than this guy. The Baldr S is a good bit bigger than the PL Mini. It's longer, it's thicker, has a bigger diameter. It comes with adapters, so you can put it on a pistol rail or you can put it on a Picatinny rail, whichever one. So this is it in black. If you want to see what it looks like in black, it looks the same, but black. The most important thing about the Baldr S, though, is the fact that 800 lumens is a great amount of lumens for a weapon light. 600 to 800, pretty good. It's pretty well rounded. The problem is if you go too bright, you can blind yourself indoors with it bouncing off of walls or people's faces or whatever. And if you go too dim, then outdoors or across a yard or across a field, it's not as useful. The Baldr S has 2 outputs. If you double click this, you get 100 lumens, which isn't a ton. You can't see past it if it's pitch black and you're shining in someone's eyes. They won't be able to see past it. But it's not like that blinding output that like 800 or more is. But it's plenty for self-defense distances indoors. I think that's a really nice touch because I believe in light discipline. Ideally, you'd use the correct amount of light for each situation, never too much or too little. On a weapon light, you don't want a ton of controls and modes and different things to worry about while in use, but a simple double click to get low or a double click to get high, that's not too much to ask in either amount of light. They're close enough to being useful in a wide array of scenarios. That's not a deal breaker if the first light you get is not the best one for that scenario. I like a good combo laser light. I don't really use the laser a lot. I don't have a ton of training and practice with it, but I like to have it. Just because it's on doesn't mean you have to use it. You're still looking at a pretty powerful weapon light. Speaking of lasers, let's look at this pretty boy right here. This guy, watch this unboxing is. Look at this. Look at this experience. Boom. Olight knows how to do this part. Ooh-wee. That boy's pretty. This is a hard, probably aluminum sort of guy. It's a pretty good pen, but that's not all. How do I turn it on? What? There's no button. How do you turn them on? They look really cool. I can get to the pen. I know how the pen works. But how do you turn on the light? There's no button on mine. I've never in my years looked at a dang instruction book. What in the hell? Pen push button? Where? Where the hell you see the damn push button? You liar. You lie. Oh, shit. It's this one. That's how. You got a little light. Right? You push this up. And then if you hold it, you get the laser. Laser. Light. That thing. Whee. And then you could jug up. Let's look at this guy. He kind of evokes, like, he makes me think of like a space penguin. Dude, that is interesting. I don't know who made up the rule that you had to shine the light out of the front of the top of the bottom, but that is kind of interesting because now I'm thinking like, why couldn't this be, instead of trying to figure out how to do your wrist like this, you know what I mean? Like that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. And you could still fight with this bad boy. You could still strike with either end, or you're now lined up to make a real fist and still hit with that thing. Oh man, that's interesting. I ended up liking this thing more. I like this thing the most out of everything that's up here. I guess because it's the most different. And the cool benefit is if you just want to use it for like regular stuff, you can set it there and it's going to shine light on what I'm doing. That's hella useful. That's awesome. I could use this. This could function as like a fill light or like even a hair light behind me. Like that's, if you wanted to hang it and it's pointing out, all the light is shining out. That is cool. This Perun has a pretty big package for what it is. I want to see what it comes with. Is this a It's got a magnet. Olight loves some magnets. And you strap that guy down, and now we've got this is a pretty serious piece of hardware for a headlamp. That's pretty monstrous. Like, I guess you could use it with a sort of reasonable amount of light like this, but what if you went in turbo? It's like 2,000 lumens. Do not look upon me! Like, I feel like I'm about to spelunk the damn hell out of somebody. That's pretty neat. The Perun, the Mini 2, and the Baldr S all use Olight's proprietary magnetic charging system, which you've probably seen before, but I'll show you. Plus, I'll also show you, in case you've ever wondered what's in there. A lot of people, I think, wonder what's in the closet, so I'll show you what's in there. Everyone always wants to look in the closet. The closet's actually pretty interesting. It's got all my stuff. It's got stuff I've need to unbox, stuff I've unboxed but not done videos on, stuff I've done videos on I need to get rid of, just a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of cool stuff in here, except I don't have the Omino thing, which would be cool because then I could just charge all my lights on a neat little some kind of thing. You just magnet the lights to these guys here, and it'll be green, and when you put it on there, it'll be red, and then it's green when it's done. And this is currently, see, look, this is so clumsy what I'm doing. I mean, this is cool, but it's not as cool as that little dedicated station. But that's, see look, I'm all tangled. I needed that thing. Olight, send me one of them, please. Oh, that one's already full. Look at that, this green was full. The O pens charge a little differently. They charge with a, let's see what they got. They charge, oh yes, Type C. I couldn't remember whether it was Type C or micro USB. It's Type C now, that's pretty cool. How does this the switch though? That's what well, I guess the tail switch on a light is not attached to the battery. That's nuts.
I'm Space Penrod.
All in all, this is a really interesting sale. These things are cool. The O pens, I think they make excellent gifts because these, not every guy would be willing to buy himself one of these, but if you bought this for him, he would love this. The Perun, look how cool that is. I can light all this up. This is super interesting to me. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this. It's got a bunch of modes, like a bunch of output modes. You can go to momentary only, where it'll lock it and where it'll only do momentary. And you can cycle through all these brightnesses. It's got a turbo mode that's 2000. And it's got this added functionality of being a headlamp or a nice little work light. See how that does right there? This is a great weapon light. I like having the light and the green laser on there. And it's pretty compact. It's a little bigger than the PL Mini, but not the size of like the Baldr Pro, like the big style pistol lights. But this is a pretty good sale. A lot of good working stuff. Like this is good tactical working equipment that you would really use. Not just like fun stuff, which I love the fun stuff too. I love the little O balls and I love the O lanterns. And I want that Omino. But this is stuff you could take to work with you.